Trish Stratus, wrestling queen. Enjoy.
Where will we go next?
And welcome back to CNN Newsroom. The World Health Organization warns that drastic action is needed to stop the Ebola virus from spreading.
Yeah, the group's saying this at the close of a two-day emergency meeting. Health authorities from the region agreed to set up a control center in Guinea to coordinate technical support to affected countries. Delegates also stressed the importance of promoting Ebola research and called on everyone to be more vigilant about this outbreak.
The government mobilized relevant government sectors, community, religious and political leaders to work together in improving awareness, psychosocial support and understanding of the Ebola situation by communities in order to achieve a more effective response.
According to the WHO, there have been 750 cases of Ebola and nearly 470 deaths since March. Officials calling it the biggest ever outbreak. Most cases are in Guinea, where the outbreak has killed more than 300 people. In Sierra Leone, the death toll is 99. Liberia, 65 have lost their lives.
One thing to keep in mind is that this Ebola outbreak in West Africa is a global concern. CNN talked with one expert who says the deadly virus could continue to spread before health officials can contain it.
Well, certainly could spread beyond the region because there are bordering countries, Mali, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and some of those borders are porous. So the real concern is the continued spread. As you mentioned correctly, this is the largest outbreak since the virus was discovered in 1976. The concern is that what the people in the infected areas are not doing is adhering to the infection control practices that could, as Dr. Piat just said very correctly, that it can be contained, but what people are doing, instead of having the personal protective equipment and not touching the bodies or the sick people, except when protected by the appropriate equipment and material, it's spreading literally to family members, to physicians, health workers, as well as to morticians and the people who come and view and touch the body. Those are the kind of things that the population needs to be very strongly educated, even though the custom is that that's what you do with dead people, that's what you do with sick people. It really has to be stopped, otherwise it's going to continue to spread. We don't have a safe and effective treatment or vaccine. There is considerable progress being made on a vaccine, but it is one of those things where it has looked good in an animal study, and some of them have gone early on into what we call phase 1 studies in human, but the most promising have not yet even been tested in humans. So there will be vaccines that will be coming, but it's not going to be tomorrow or the next day.
Well, coming up here on CNN Newsroom, it may be U.S. Independence Day, but there's no freedom from the weather in some parts of the country. We'll have an update on Hurricane Arthur.
And take off your shoes, put on a brave face, and increase your levels of patience. U.S. airport security is tightening up once again. Details after this.
The objective was to prevent the dominoes from falling. Vietnam.
We'll stay for as long as it takes. We shall provide whatever help is required to win the battle against the communist insurgents.
How a battleground in the fight against communism became a costly quagmire for the United States. Why am I fighting
Trish Stratus website.
This is the wrong thing to do. Cold War continues Saturday on CNN.
This month on Living Golf.
Be open.
Starring Rory.
My record hasn't been great.
Royal Liverpool and Donald Trump.
Turnberry has tremendous potential.
Plus the Women's British Open. How strong is the women's game? And the former champion has some expert advice. Gorgeous. Look at that. Living Golf. Saturday only on CNN. In association with Rolex. A unique blend of East and West. See how this Iranian artist pushed Persian poetry to the top of the American music charts. keeping serious culinary culture alive far from home.
Join me, Hala Durrani, on a journey through Lebanon.
Inside the Middle East, only on CNN, in association with Qatar Foundation. It's life in the fast lane, in the car,